Good day. I am Richard Hargesheimer, the eldest son of Swara Ara Fred Hargesheimer. I am delighted to be a part of the 50th anniversary celebration of the school that fell from the sky, even from 10,000 miles away. On behalf of the entire Hargesheimer clan, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Airmen's Memorial Foundation of the United States, I offer you best wishes for a splendid celebration. Your school, the school that fell from the sky, has had a profound impact on my life, the lives of my siblings, my children, their spouses, and countless friends, including the 49 Breakfast Rotary Club of Nevada City, California, many of whose members were here a few years ago to provide dental services. My involvement with the school, from its inception in 1963 and 4 to today, has taught me the value of education in instilling hope, and the value of relationships over the value of material things. It has also taught me that people who are in service to others are generally happy people. Were Swara Ara Fred Hargesheimer here with us today, I believe he would say something like this: "Thank you for being in my life. It is because of your presence and the presence of so many unnamed others that my life was one of immense privilege. My soul overflows with gratitude. More than 60 years ago, in the depths of the jungles of Papua New Guinea, I learned that a simple meal could become a feast, that a thatched hut could become a home, and that a stranger could become a lifelong friend. Gratitude has made sense of my past, brings peace to me on this day, and hope for a better world tomorrow. Let us all remain steadfast in the challenges ahead in achieving a more just, more loving, more caring world community." I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. I want to thank each of those whom I met on my 4 trips to Papua New Guinea in 1963, in 1987, in 2004, and 2006. I also want to thank Guru Penny, the chair of the Airmen's Memorial Foundation of Papua New Guinea, and Graham King and Hargi Oil Palms Limited for their outstanding support of the schools at Awasi and at Noa over so many years. The school that fell from the sky is your school. The spirit of my father lives on in the school and in each and every one of you. Be kind to it. Be kind to yourselves. And know that together you can achieve great things for your children and grandchildren through education. Now, we will hear some brief remarks from a few other people from the United States, people who have visited Awasi in recent years. Then, we will show an 8-minute interview that my father recorded in 2004 for a Port Moresby television station on the next to his last trip to PNG. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Christy Hargesheimer, Fred's daughter-in-law. I'm married to his son Richard. I had the privilege to accompany Fred on his final trip to Awasi, to Papua New Guinea, in 2006. And it was such a wonderful thing to see the immense love, the gratitude, the respect that he had for all of you, and to see that returned by you to him. I know that Fred always said that his experiences in Papua New Guinea gave his life deep meaning and a purpose, and we have experienced a lot of that ourselves through Fred. So I know that even though we can't be there with you today, I want to congratulate you on this momentous occasion, and we send you greetings from Lincoln, Nebraska.
I'm Mary Lou Gibson, and I'm Fred's sister. And I was there in 1976, and things were quite different then than they are now. It was very interesting, though. I enjoyed being there. It was good. That's about all I know. Well, congratulations on your 50th anniversary of the school.
Yeah, hello, my name's Jim Ward. I'm the Chief Financial Officer of the Foundation in the United States. First of all, I'd like to say congratulations and best wishes for the 50th anniversary. Fred was a great friend of mine, and I first knew Fred through my sister who lived in New Britain, and met Fred about 35 years ago maybe. And so they were good friends, and then Fred came back here to Grass Valley, and that's where I met him. We both live in this small town. So again, I wish you well, and thank you for being able to help in some small way.
I'm Howard Wilson. I've visited the schools at Noel and Oase, Airman Schools, in 2011 with the Rotarians, and then in 2013 I came by myself, and many of you will recall my visit. So I send greetings from Nevada City, California. I'm at the house of one of the board members of Fred's Foundation. I'm wearing a seashell necklace that I received on my last visit, along with a billum. I send all of you greetings, particularly all those students that are now in 8th grade that were in the 5th grade class of Mary Vaz in 2011. I send you all greetings, including my friend Massey. I send greetings to all those folks at Hargy that were so supportive in my trips. And I send the warmest greetings to the teachers and the students at both schools. Thank you and good wishes.
Well, greetings from Nevada City, California. I'm Larry Meek. I was in the island of New Britain before the main crew of Rotarians came over some years ago. And a lot of favorite memories, but one of my most favorite memories is going to church on Sunday morning and seeing all those smiling faces, and being in the receiving line on the way out and being able to shake everybody's hand. And also, I was there to do some work for the dentists who were coming and to look in a lot of students' mouths and take pictures of their teeth, and I'm sure they remember me for that. And also at the very end, to walk around the village with Garua. And I wish you all a great 50th anniversary, and my best wishes from Nevada City, California.
Names, there is one in the West New Britain province that doesn't. It simply fell from the sky. Behind that is the true story of an American pilot. His plane was shot down during the war in 1944. He survived and later decided to build a school there. At age 88, he returned to see the school many now know as the school that fell from the sky.
The year was 1943, and the 27-year-old First Lieutenant Fred Hagesheimer was on a reconnaissance flight to photograph Japanese base camps in the area. As his P-38 plane lost control after heavy fire from a Japanese fighter, Fred ejected himself and his parachute plunged down into the dense, thick forest. The next 31 days, the lieutenant would practice the limited survival skills he knew. With his 3 chocolate bars finished, a dilapidated Fred managed to find a river which would be his source of food. For Fred, one thing that kept him alive was,
I think, my faith that I learned when I was a child, and hope. I think this is one of the things that causes a lot of the trouble in the world, is that people don't have hope. If they don't have food, they go to bed at night hungry. What do they have to look forward to? And so hope is so important to me, in education. I think that
it would be the coastal villages of Natambo that would protect him for the next 5 months.
They're the real heroes. That's why it's embarrassing for people to call me a hero because I didn't do anything. It's the people, the Nakanai people in Nantambo that risked their lives. It's just incredible to me that they could keep that secret from the enemy that was just down the road 5 or 6 miles to Ulamona. And the children of the village and all the people that kept my presence hidden. Because once the enemy would have suspected that they were hiding me, I'm sure they would have been tortured until they said where I was.
2 Kitty Hawk squadrons fight off Japanese air raids and attack convoys of landing barges.
The village's actions, like the time Ida Togogo fed him cups from her own breast milk to cure malaria, to small children sweeping his footprints from the sand so the enemy would not know he was alive.
At one end of the village, where the road comes from Ulamona, the children were in a canoe and they had a conch shell. And if they spotted an enemy patrol coming down the road, they would blow in the conch shell as signal. And then the people in the village would take me and hide me in the bush. One time, Gabu, one of the villagers, took me into the bush and put me up in a tree. There was a big nest up there that he told me to sit in and not to come down until I heard them say Preddy. And if they heard somebody say Master Preddy, then I shouldn't respond. So, and I heard some noises for a while, but then the mosquitoes came out toward the evening, and it got dark and more mosquitoes, and I didn't hear any signal to come down from the tree. And finally I got very impatient when I heard some rustling, and I didn't care whether it was a wild pig or what. So I jumped down, and there was Gabu, and he apologized, and he said, "Oh, me sorry too much, Mata Preddy. Me lose some DY belong you." And they lost the tree that they put me in. So if they hadn't found it, my bones would probably still be there.
After his 6 months there, Fred was taken further inland to a hideout that had 3 other army personnel. He would spend another 6 months with the coast watchers before going back to America. He returned in 1963 to build the Airmen's Memorial School in the Ewase village in Biala. On the 30th of July 2004, Fred was once again standing in front of the school that he built 40 years ago on what could be his last trip to PNG. Students, staff and villagers gathered to farewell the man who has made it possible for hundreds to get a proper education. The school caters for almost 400 students each year from grades 2 to 8 and has 14 teachers. Most ex-students turned up to pay tribute to Fred. But as Fred describes it, this was not about what he did for the people in Biala, but what they did for him 61 years ago.
It shows me how far the school has gone, you know, and it's wonderful to be able to talk to the students and know that they are studying and advancing and achieving, accomplishing work. It's a great honor for me to be welcomed like this, but I don't think I'm worthy of it. I just feel very humble about it all. Trying to find words to express the feeling in my heart is almost too difficult.
Fred announced the school's trustee members on the fund board. This includes his son who accompanied him, Richard. For Fred Hagashima, it was the protection from the Natambu villagers that not only saved his life, but has seen him visit this place on 12 different occasions. In his last trip to the school that fell from the sky, lasting memories and friendships will always stay with him.
The love that fills the ground here. I think that the friendship is so real and strong, and it's just so thrilling and overwhelming to come back on my visits and have people put their arms around me and let me know how happy they are to reacquaint our friendship. But it made us realize that human relationships are the most important thing we have. I mean, cars and all the materialism, that's something nothing.